Welcome back to the OurMFC YouTube channel, everybody. As I record this, a monumentous day in recent Boro history. Lovely jacket, by the way. Shout out to Big Josh for buying me this. It's very warm on these cold winter nights. It's autumn. Is it? No, it's November now. Leave it in the comments. Is it autumn or winter? You know, great debates we have here on this channel. But more importantly, Warnock's gone, everyone. Warnock, I mean, you'll have seen the news by the time this goes out. Neil Warnock has left the club. Yeah, I've got the club's statement up here. So the club statement, I won't read it exactly, but it says Middlesbrough FC have parted company with manager Neil Warnock by mutual consent. It goes on to basically thank him. And we do thank you, Neil. You've done well. I wasn't a massive fan of Neil Warnock before he joined us. I'm not a huge fan of him now, but I respect him. I think it's quite easy to. I mean, I've loved him at times, and I appreciate the job he's done for us. He's got us out of what is the toughest, part I can remember. The toughest kind of situation Boro have been in during recent times, anyway, and during my career as a Boro fan, because it is a job. Let's be honest, everyone. It's a tough job. Yeah, Warnock's gone. So what's quite interesting about that club statement is that Warnock has come out in an interview. And said that he was told this morning he was leaving the club, which doesn't sound a lot like mutual consent. Now, I don't know if that's just Neil Warnock being Neil Warnock. You know what he's like. Not our bloody Neil anymore. Yeah. He's come out to say he hasn't had much support from the club, with the exception of Steve Gibson, our king Stevie G, not Stephen Gerrard. It's easy. Oh, I won the league with Rangers. Honestly, I could have won the league with Rangers. I got Boro to. Actually, no, I'm not actually very good at FM. We're trailing off. Yeah. So I'm reading it off my phone. There's the boys. There they are. Should we zoom in? There's Neil. He's gone. Thank you, Neil. No, I didn't. No. I don't fancy him. Personally, would not pork. Can we leave that in? I don't know. Well, I have no rules. I don't decide this. That may be staying in. But yeah, Neil Warnock is gone. Hang on, there's another tweet just come out on the OurMFC Twitter. Go follow. Yeah. Really, like I say, thank you, Neil, for the job you've done. Got us out of a tough patch. Had us believing that we could get promoted last season. This season, it hasn't gone well. I do ultimately feel like I didn't want Neil Warnock. I did at the start of the season. I feel like with the way it's gone, I feel like it was right to get rid of him. I feel like it's weird timing after a decent point away at the Hawthorns. But I kind of feel like, I don't think he was the manager I wanted to move the club forward. And so the fact that he's gone, it's a weird one. I'm sure many of you will be feeling the same. That you didn't believe Warnock was the man to take us forward, but seeing him go, it's a bit weird. But here we are. It's happened. And reportedly Chris Wilder's going to come in. That's what's been reported. Craig Johns has reported it as well. He's credible sources. So Chris Wilder possibly coming in. Let's have a look at Chrissy Wilder. Come on, Chris Wilder. The stuff on who scored for Chris Wilder. This is just Sheffield United games from back in the league in 2020. Can we look at Sheffield United back then? So what we're going to do, we will quickly look at Chris Wilder's Sheffield United team from the Championship. We'll look at the Championship. We don't want each different squad player. I want go. Oh dear. How do you work this bloody website? I should know by now. This is this. Yeah. I'm going to lose my head in a minute. Of an FB ref. B ref. Or F ref. For birth. I don't know. Is Chris Wilder on there? Or is it only players? Chris Wilder? No. Okay. Right. Can you just look at Sheffield United then, please? Bosh. Let's go. I realise I should have done this before, but you know, it's short notice. That's 2021-22. I don't want to look at that. I want to look at previous. No. Chef UTD 2018-19 stats, maybe. Yes, is this the one? Let's go. Found it. Right. So, what we're going to do. Reportedly Chris Wilder's coming in as the new manager, replacing Neil Warnock. Credible sources have come out and said that. Craig Johns, to name just one. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at Sheffield United's stats in the Championship from the 2018-19 season. Okay, so in that Sheffield United promotion team, quite a shock promotion as well. They played with a 3-4-1-2, which, I mean, that would fit our so mostly played a 3-4-1-2, which would fit the players we have, really. We go into who scored. You hop into who scored real quick. There's my tab. So this season we have mostly played. Yeah, this season. Oh, this is last season. It's got bloody Sam Morsey in there. Bloody Sam Morsey. Let me click summary. Show me. Yeah, so this season we have also mostly played a 3-4-1-2. We've played that on 5 occasions. We've played the 3-5-2 on 5 occasions as well. So that seems to be Warnock's preferred position, and by the looks of things, it's Chris Wilder's preferred formation as well. When they're in the Premier League, when that first season where they were flying high, they were playing a 3-5-2. With those overlapping centre backs, which was quite forward thinking. With those overlapping centre backs, Chris Basham got an assist that season. John Eden got 2 goals. Jeff O'Connell got a goal. But if we look at offensively, should we look at dribbles? Where's Jack O'Connell on 0.3 dribbles a game? I was looking at the wrong bit. They have no message. Basically, Chris Wilder might be coming in. Now, I've heard from a friend that apparently he clashed with the owners of Sheffield United and was heavily responsible in the Rhian Brewster signing, which, as we all know, hasn't gone down too well. But if that's the case, we don't have 20 mil to be slapping around on forwards that might or might not work. So Chris Wilder might be coming in as the replacement manager. Maybe we'll do a separate video on that. Let us know. Let us know if you want to see a separate video on Chris Wilder and what his appointment might mean for the current players, and in terms of possible future signings. Not that we have a crystal ball or anything, but hey, stab in the dark. So let us know if you want to see that video. in the comments, or just send me a letter. Yeah, if you figure out my address and send me a letter that you want to see this video, I'll do it. Unless you already know me and you already know my address. If you don't already know me, you know my address. That's also. I mean, I'll be freaked out, but I'll do the video. So this doesn't drag on too long. We're going to get into the game. The game that was ultimately Warnock's last, possibly last in management, is 1,603rd in total, I do believe. So, I mean, he ended it in typical fashion. He got a yellow card, which, big up Neil, love to see it. Cheeky little yellow card in his final game. So let's look at the stats of this game. So predictably, West Brom with 72% possession. But from that, then he managed to carve out 9 shots and 4 on target, whereas the Boro had 28%. We've got 6 shots and 3 on target. In terms of long balls, we attempted 75, as you'd expect from a Neil Warnock team, and only completed 168 passes to West Brom's 420. Leave it out. All right, I know what you like. You bloody rapscallion. Boro did miss one big chance. That being the one where Grant Hall, I believe it is, clears it out. It goes all the way over the top of the back line. Watmore chases onto it and is unable to convert. I think Kyle Bartley is the centre back, who does very well, in fairness. Puts Watmore off, and Watmore's unable to get a connection on it. But in terms of big chance scored, that was super Joshy Coburn with another one. 2 starts, 2 goals. What a bloke! Things you love to see is a homegrown hero, the Yorkshire Haaland, as I've seen people call him. Just I mean, I don't care what you call him. If he's scoring goals, who cares? It's Isaiah Jones, instrumental in the goal. Wow, what a boy he is! Talented player. I've said I'd love to see more of him, and he got the start again today, and well, he's not credited with the assist on Sofa Score here, because I believe he got challenged, he got tackled, but yeah, probably could have had a penalty if Coburn doesn't stick it away. But Josh Coburn does absolutely slam it home. Talking of Coburn, obviously had that goal, 23 touches, only completed 4 out of 8 passes, but only having 8 passes shows, I mean, that's shown in the 28% possession. If we look at Paddy McNair, who's in the centre of midfield, he only had 35 touches. Martin Piero had 19. How many did Grant Hall have at the back? 35. So, we really didn't have much of possession. Johnny Howson had 50 touches on the ball. He was quite up and down that right-hand side, as you'd kind of expect from that right side of centre-back, which is something that Chris Wilder would be loving to see. Maybe not the right thing for Sol Bamba to be doing. Probably wouldn't want Sol Bamba as an overlapping centre-back. But who knows? I don't know if we've got the talent for that. I don't know if we've got the players for that. You wouldn't want a Dale Fry as an overlapping centre-back, probably. Would you want Grant Hall doing it? Probably not. Johnny Howson, maybe. But I mean, Paddy McNair would be perfect for it, let's be honest. But we don't know if it will be Chris Wilder. Going back to Josh Coburn, won 2 out of 6 ground duels and 2 out of 17 aerial duels. So really, he didn't play that well. But when you're up against this team, a good West Brom side, let's not forget, who are 3rd in the league right now. Only conceded 15 in 17 games, scored 27. They're a pretty good side. 32 points from 17 games. As I said, 3rd in the league. Fairly inconsistent recently. Obviously, lost 2 of 4 before this. We're going to have a draw here. But who cares how well Josh Coburn played? He scored again. He's only 18 years of age, and he's 2 starts, 2 goals. Isaiah Jones as well. He had 34 touches, attempted 4 dribbles, only completed 1. lost possession 14 times, but he was fouled 5 times. I mean, clearly the opposition know that he's a threat. If they're going to foul him 5 times, sorry. One of those fouls obviously resulting in the goal. But goals, they're a funny thing. West Brom scored one. Would you believe it? I know I sure would, because we're Boro, and we love to concede, and especially from set pieces, which we did again. It's Gregor Dangana who scores it. It's whipped in. We lose the first header. Shock horror. And I think it's Tav who loses his man. I'm not going to dig Tav out. I said it in the last game. I rate Tav. But he does lose his man, Dangana. Luke Daniels doesn't have a hope in hell of stopping the strike. It's a great finish. But Tav, he does lose his man. It's not great from him. You'd expect better, but it is what it is. Ultimately, a 1-1 draw away at the Hawthorns, not a bad result, but not good enough to keep Warnock's job. Although reports coming out saying that Chris Wilder, if he is to be the manager, had offers from elsewhere, and if he was signalled out as it looks like we've done the similar thing to Spurs, who just thought this isn't working, or we don't see this working. Let's get Conte, who we know will work. Let's hope if it is to be Chris Wilder, it works. Let's back him in the stadium. I've seen people saying they're not sure about it. I don't know how I feel really. I think he did a very good job at Sheffield United. I don't think he was helped in that final season, where they were horrendous. That Jack O'Connell was out for the whole season. John Lundstrom didn't want to play for them. Those 2 players were instrumental for them. But ultimately, they didn't have a squad that was Premier League level. I believe our squad probably better than that Sheffield United squad was. If we look at the players in that team, Dean Henderson, good young keeper, although not really getting the game time now. Don't really know how good he is. What's his John Egan, Jack O'Connell, and Chris Basham as the centre backs. George Baldock and Ender Stevens out as the wing backs. Fleck, Norwood, Mark Duffy was playing Agado nowadays, and the goal-driven Billy Sharp up top. It was a solid Championship squad, not one that should be challenging for Europe in the Premier League. I think that tells you all you need to know. Chris Wilder did a great job on the pitch. Now, maybe there's off the pitch troubles. We'll see. But if it is to be Wilder, best of luck to him. We'll be right behind you, Big Chris. We'll be right behind you, Chris. And yeah, if it isn't to be you, what are you doing, mate? Bloody hell. Yeah, man of the match for this game, according to who scored, on the Boro team anyway, was Grant Hall, who has come under some stick from Boro fans, really. I mean, I don't really know how I feel about him. I feel like if I'm remembering the QPR game correctly, I don't think he was great in that. I haven't watched much of him because I'm not able to get to all the games. In this game, though, he won 6 out of his 7 aerial duels against Callum Robinson, admittedly, who isn't the best aerial presence. He only played 45 minutes. He came off Callum Robinson. Jordan Hugel came on, who is more of an aerial presence. Let's be honest here, but failed to win any of his 4 aerial duels. So Grant Hall, I mean, a good game, 35 touches, 50% pass act, but he was attempting long balls, attempted 7 of them, completed 3 long balls up to Watmore and Coburn. Don't know how I feel about that, but hopefully the new manager doesn't do that. Yeah, I mean, ultimately Grant Hall, pretty solid game, wasn't dribbled past at all, 2 tackles, 2 interceptions, blocked a shot, 6 clearances, which you'd expect, what with us being under the cosh. Although 72% possession, West Brom only had 9 shots. If you listen to the Boro Breakdown podcast, which you should, good content. Well done, guys. Then, they spoke to a West Brom fan who said that I can't remember his exact words, but he hinted at the fact that, well, I don't think he hinted at, it was more than a hint at the fact that they quite often have a lot of possession and don't do much with it. In terms of pressing, did they press high? We look at player statistics and duels. Attacking? No, not attacking. It's not in Sofa Scores. I don't know how. I need to find a better app for this. But hey, I think that is about it for this game, really. The final game of Neil Warnock's time at Boro, possibly the final game of Neil Warnock's time on the touchline. What a career he's had. We thank you for your services, Neil. You've been a legend of the game. You will be a legend of the game. Probably hold a record that I'd be surprised if it was ever beaten. 1,603 games in management is monumental. And yeah, much respect, much love. There you are, darling. Yeah. His box of chocolates. Let's hope they can go on and win promotion now under a new manager. I don't have any more Neil Warnock references. Let's not go Cornwall next pre-season. It's probably a nice place. Never been, but maybe they're eating pasties. But I don't know. I don't know what's true or false anymore. Hey, little Cornwall-based pun for all our Cornish viewers out there. I'm sure we've got a thriving hub of OurMFC fans out in Cornwall. Speaking of thriving hubs of fans, this channel, which you should subscribe to, just for more great content like this. Where else do you get this kind of lighting other than 8 p.m. in my bedroom? I'll tell you, bloody nowhere. That's where. Okay, so tune in for more of this. I mean, that lampshade looks like, well, I don't know what it looks like. You leave it in the comments. What does that look like? Hey, oh, bloody hell. Ooh. Anywho, thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure. And thank you for your time at the club, Neil. Ta-ra, as he would probably say. I wouldn't know. Don't know the guy. Ciao.